Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Skyward Sword. And this is take 2 of this video, and I'm going to tell you why later. And no, it is not because I died on the boss. Now, we've got to get that door to be in the past, but unfortunately that minecart does not have a platform, so we're going to need to ride this. Now, make sure to ride at the same speed, because if we go too slow or too fast, we can get blown off by the things that are only there in the present. Master, look at this. Hold on, take 1. The cutscene was with the modern door. Yeah, I mean, it really is locked tight. Well, we remove one of the locks like this, and we remove the other one of the locks with that ancient circuit. There we go. I mean, it kind of looks like a sun. So, one thing we're going to do, the reason I had to restart is because my shield broke on the boss. So, the only sensible thing to do, I wasn't trying to use my shield, but it's kind of hard, like, because you just kind of use your nunchuck, and like when you're holding Z, so, yeah, as you can see, I can skip this cutscene because I've already seen it. Even though I just pressed reset, for some reason it remembers me doing that. Not a whole lot of games do that, but, yeah, it's not like Twilight Princess where you can skip any cutscene, but, so that kind of makes it tedious for speedrunning, but at least they don't want to make you watch the same things over and over again. But of course, you've never seen this, and this is a giant scorpion, the 1,000-year arachnid Moldarach. And there are very few... No, we don't want to drink it, but we don't want our shield out either. And we're not going to pull that out by accident, because to do that we need to press minus. So in order to beat this thing, you need to hit its eyes. And right now, the only eyes that are open, its first lines, are the one on its hands. We gotta beat... Now, once we defeat these eyes, they'll take a lot of hits, but once we beat them, they won't come back. Now, this boss was the first boss shown for this game. But wasn't it shown in, like, a forest area? Like, I was sure it was gonna be the first boss of the game, since the first one shown. And I thought it would be the boss of the Skyview Temple. But instead it's the boss of, like, a desert? I mean... Yeah, scorpions in desert. I guess, yeah, they've gone together before, but... Like, even in this dungeon, like all the baby ones. Oh yeah, I forgot it. No, not that. Target lock, Moldarach. An arachna that has survived its lengthy stage known as the 1,000-year arachnid. Over 90% of its body is shielded by a tough armor that can deflect even the sharpest blade. Well, our blade isn't even the sharpest, because... Now, this music rocks. There are very few songs in this game. Like, I don't dislike the music in this game, but even I have to admit that it's not the best. It's great that it's all orchestrated, but the tunes themselves are only decent. But there are a few exceptions and songs I just think are amazing. The main theme, one of my favorite songs of all time, and then there's the, what is there? There's the bird competition song, and finally, this one. So yeah, now what you have to do... So this is where your stabbing skills come in handy, because the only way to hurt its eye is by doing the stab. And since we don't have our shield, or I'm choosing not to take chances with it, so, this is not a hard boss. And, of course, he got the babies coming. Wonder how many of those we've defeated by now. It's gotta be like in the 40s or something. Yeah, you gotta be good with the stab. And I know it's hard to be good with the stab. Now, after you get one hit, yeah, it'll bury itself under. So here's how you use the dungeon item. Yeah, you you don't really use it to defeat it. So yeah, I really didn't know, like, what would you have rather? Would you have rather, like, a boss based around sand for this dungeon, or would you have rather, like, a techno boss, like a... I would have actually really liked it if they incorporated the time shift stone into the boss battle. Ugh. Yeah. I'm pretty sure you can't hurt it when it's like that. You have to expose its entire body. It's not hard to find it because it makes those little lumps, but sometimes it can be inexplicably difficult to get it out. It almost seemed to just come out on its own that time. Can you get it twice? Maybe you could if you were good. Yeah, this is not a very hard boss battle at all. But it's not, like, super easy, I guess. Like, I can name plenty easier. In fact, no bosses from this game at all would make any of my lists of, like, top 5 easiest Zelda bosses. Trust me, Zelda bosses are just known for being really easy, and in this game, they're actually somewhat challenging. Okay, you know what? You all need to die. Oh no. Hell no. This is not happening. I don't even know how that happens, but... it kind of seems like a paradox to me. When the nunchuck disconnects, hey, it's dead. When the nunchuck disconnects, it notifies you, and for that to happen, the nunchuck needs to be disconnected. Go down. I don't really understand why we're going down, because the dungeon's only one floor, we never went up in the first place, and the Temple of Time was level to the ground. Although, I guess that the dungeon did have some stairs leading up to it, so, yeah. And now we get a second row of hearts. Am I the only one that finds it, like, kind of odd that, that the second row of hearts is, like, just that one heart? I don't know. It's, like, just totally uneven with 11. Oh, well. And by this point of the game, the hearts are starting to even out, like at first you started with 3 extra, but by this point in the game, it's like, you would have this many hearts after completing the 3rd dungeon. So, we're actually not done with the dungeon yet. There's actually a final room that is not challenging at all. It's mostly just for show. With all these robot statues. Robot statues, that's really weird just to think about it. And you've got the dead robots, which they somehow... yeah, they got the dead robots and the alive robots. And the dead robots... oh, they're not dead. They're both the same. It's just, on this side I was seeing the closed eye. Illusions. I kind of wish these minecarts went faster, like the things in the Moldarach mine in Minish Cap and the Fire Temple in Spirit Tracks. Are there any other Zelda games with minecarts? Yeah. This one, I guess. They're not really minecarts here because there's no tracks. And the string, so beautiful. And we are in the Temple of Time. Oh no. Impa! Your Grace, quickly to the gate! Link! Link, here, you'll need this where you're going. Nice, subtle Ocarina of Time reference with... But that is a bit overdoing it. It's weird how when you get the item box, you don't actually press A. And the force field was broken. Link, I always ask, am I late? And if you ask that, then she just says, no, you're right on time. Well, actually, I would say he's a little late, because he could have been there to, like, block her. I'll say, protect Zelda. I will. You had my thanks, Link. For what? I guess he slashed his sword a couple of times. Link, you must go now. Return to the old woman at the sealed grounds. Tell her what happened here. She'll know where you must go, and know that we will... I'll see you again. This isn't goodbye, Link. I promise. So they go in a strange gear thing. Will they end up in Termina? Or no? It's so weird I can see the stamina fruits in the background. You never get to see any of these places at night. This is like the closest thing. Well, this and something else. Where'd he go? How can someone just have the power to make a sky dark like that? She's not there anymore, Link. It's time to move on. So, to put this in perspective, we basically went through the dungeon for nothing. Same as the last two. Although the last two, at least we opened new areas. But this one... Yeah, so we can no longer douse for Zelda. But, seriously, beating that dungeon had no purpose whatsoever other than getting the Gust Bellows, which... Or, other than just beating the game, and the Gust Bellows, which I'm not even sure if you need them, but you do. I mean, the items in this game, I mean, they're good about them. Like, you need the bombs and beat them a lot. And the other things, I don't know. Maybe they're not as good about it as I made them out to be, but still, it's better than, like, better than Twilight Princess, I'll tell you that. And in Twilight Princess, aside from the bow and arrow and the claw shot, what else did you use after you got it in the first dungeon? So Gorko is here. What, you made it inside? You mean to say there's a secret passage I did not know about it? Why do you not tell me, bud? I was just about to give up and go home when I heard this huge crash. I rushed back to find the way had been cleared. I'm going to explore inside. What inside are you talking about? Well, I guess there's there. Yeah. Wow, that temple is strange because I don't understand it. It makes no sense. The tunnel was not that long. I guess... Wait a minute. Oh shoot, that was a tumbleweed. I'm gonna grind for those. Actually, before I go back up to the sky, I'm gonna see how many I need to make certain upgrades that I'd like to make. And yeah, I'll grind for those before I go back up. So that'll be the end of this video. We beat a boss, and we saw a disturbing cutscene. So bye.